Good morning, Grizzlies. Today is Wednesday, September 8th, 2021. Here with Rami, I'm Jessica.
Good morning, all CSF Grizzlies. We will send sign-up information in the next 2 weeks to your Outlook inbox. We will also put the information on the Wild Report. Stay tuned.
Seniors, check your Outlook email for the link to vote for Homecoming Court. Voting ends today, Wednesday, September 8th at 3 p.m. Seniors will choose 12 students from the list of nominated seniors. Homecoming Court will be announced Thursday during fourth period.
Varsity tennis crushed Walnut 16-2. The Grizzlies were led by singles Shukan Parikh and doubles Hannah Lee and Michaela Vo. Spring cleaning came early this year with all sweeping their opponents in straight sets. Nice job, Grizzlies. Next home match is on Thursday against Eleanor Roosevelt after school. Come out and support varsity tennis. See you there.
Do you want to develop public speaking skills, meet new people, and solve global issues? Our members attend conferences and represent nations in order to solve world problems. Join our club today. Meetings every Wednesday in room D118. Our first meeting will be on September 8th. No, use the door outside, not the hallway. See you soon!
Hey Grizzlies, get excited for the games that are coming up this week. There is a boys varsity water polo game today at 4:15 p.m. There is also a girls varsity volleyball game today at 4:45 p.m. To wrap up this week, there is a girls varsity tennis match tomorrow at 3:15 p.m. Bring your spirit and support Grizzlies. The athletes will greatly appreciate it, because you'll be giving them some of that home field advantage, baby. We can't wait to see you there.
Attention Grizzlies, Homecoming is on September 18th and tickets are on sale now in the student store before school, after school, or during lunch. Ticket prices will vary each week. September 7th through 10th, the tickets are $40 with ASB and $40 without ASB. The week of September 13th through 17th, the tickets are $45 with ASB cards and $50 without. We will also be selling homecoming proposal posters. Go to the student store to fill out an order form. Prices will vary depending on size and date submitted.
What's up, Grizzlies? Get ready for our Far Out Spirit Week from September 13th to 17th. Monday will be groovy, Mood Monday, so wear your bomb jeans or bell bottoms. You'll look so fine in that outfit that you'll be able to slay along with any evil dead that come your way. Next is Tie-Dye Tuesday, so wear your nifty tie-dye. Wednesday is Wild Wednesday, so dress in your funkiest patterns. Thursday is Tube Sock Thursday, so wear your groovy shorts and long socks. Lastly, Friday will be Flower Power Friday, so wear your off-the-hook floral gear. Peace, love, and good vibes, Grizzlies.
Want to build real friendships and have a lot of fun with students with special needs? Please join Best Buddies on Fridays during lunch in D116.
Are you interested in LGBTQ+ artwork and advocacy? Want to make new friends? Then please join the Queer Quarterly for its first meeting this Friday, September 10th at 3:30 p.m. in Ms. Teresi's room, C45. This meeting is open to queer students and allies alike.
Passionate about creative writing? The Literately Literate Writers Club is having its first meeting this week on Thursday, September 9th, 3:30 in C45. The meeting is open to all writers of all skill levels. See you there!
Hey, Musical Theater Club is having their first meeting on September 13th in Ms. Teresi's room, C45. We discuss a variety of musicals, as well as putting on a winter and spring showcase. No prior experience is necessary. Hope to see you there.
Today is the second Wednesday of September, and that means it's hashtag LOHS Rocks Wednesday. Hope you're wearing your favorite music shirt today, post on social media, and don't forget to use the hashtag LOHS Rocks Wednesday.
Hey Grizzlies, our last makeup ID card / picture day is this week on Thursday, September 9th in the theater foyer, i.e. tomorrow. They will be there starting at 8 o'clock a.m., at lunch and after school until 4 p.m. Pictures will be uploaded online at shopstudio1.com in a few weeks, if you would like to purchase. Just use your long ID as the...
Attention Los Osos. Do you like Jeopardy? Enjoy a game of Trivial Pursuit, or giving impassioned speeches about topics that you care about? If you answered yes, you're probably a human, and you should definitely join Academic Decathlon. What is Academic Decathlon? Well, it's a club here on campus and a competition between our school and other high schools in the county. We learn a bunch of awesomely nerdy facts in a range of subjects like art, music, literature, science, etc. Then we go head to head with other teams to see who knows the most. Sounds like fun, right? But there's a catch. We're in particular need of a certain type of student. You know the ones. No. Those students already want to join. That's not who this video is for. The rules say we need kids with lower GPAs. We need the sleepy, the lazy, the ones with excuses, the ones whose best friend is procrastination, yet who still carries the torch of curiosity. The ones who don't speak during discussions, but actually have the best points to make. The ones who love to learn, but just don't show it. The ones in the shadows. Shadows. If you know anybody like that, you should refer them to Academic Decathlon. Have them stop by C39 and talk to Mr. Fillinger. C39. Fridays at lunch. Mr. Fillinger.
Are you planning a career in the medical field? Are you interested in learning about various medical fields, how to perform emergency medical assistance, touring local hospitals and volunteering? Then come join Doctors Without Borders every other Friday in C35.
Come join Stuff About Stocks for our first meeting right after school on September 14th in D106. Our club features the ability to learn about what stocks are, the benefits it provides, while also taking a deep dive into specific stocks.
The Human Rights Club is having our first meeting this Friday, September 10th, after school in room C46. Join us for some free pizza. Human Rights Club is a platform for you to learn about and act on global human rights issues. Join us if you would like to improve our school, our community, and beyond. We offer opportunities for developing your own passion, leadership positions, volunteering hours, and more. If you're interested, join or remind at LOHS HRC. Come to our meeting this Friday for some pizza time and reach out with any questions you have.
The Black Student Union will hold its first meeting today from 3:30 to 4:30 in Portable 5. Come join BSU and sign up for the BSU Kickball Kickoff.
Our peer counseling and Bring Change to Mind know that once you recognize signs that your friend or loved one is struggling, you may not know what to say. Here is a script from the crisis text line that can help.
Start with an expression of care. I care about you and I want to check in to see how you are doing.
Acknowledge changes you've noticed. You've mentioned that you're feeling really overwhelmed right now and aren't sure how to deal with everything.
Ask if they're thinking about suicide. When you say you don't want to do this anymore, do you mean you're having thoughts of ending your life?
After they respond, stay with them and let them know you'll be there for them as a friend. Help them reach out to a trusted adult like a teacher, counselor, or parent. You can also contact the crisis helpline by texting HELP to 741-741. If you believe they are in immediate danger, please call 911. For another resource, check out the link on the screen. This link is also in the description part of our WILD report. Your teachers were emailed this link as well.
Thank you to Peer Counseling and Bring Change to Mind. Remember to check out the website. We will end with our second installment of Wellness Wednesday.
Make sure you
Work hard,
inspire others
lead with integrity,
and dream big.
we will see you on Friday.
Welcome back to Character Strong Student Sessions number 2. Last time we chatted, I introduced you to 6 amazing young people: Nadine, Malia, Driver, Hayden, Jace, and Robert. And I gave all of them a dare, a strategy, and a gratitude practice to put into action to see if we could navigate some challenging times together. This is their reflections from the last couple of days.
So this week we were challenged to think of an emotion that we've been feeling and to come up with a 6-worded phrase to describe that emotion. So the emotion that I've been feeling this week was anxious, and the phrase that I came up with was worried about what I can't control. And that's pretty much the summary of why I've been feeling so anxious, because I'm constantly thinking about things that are out of my hands. But because I was able to recognize that emotion, I was able to shift my focus on, okay, what do I have control over? And even to the things that I don't have control over, how can I respond to it in a way to help me and my peers move forward?
I was given a dare to name an emotion that I've been feeling recently. And that emotion is guilty indifference. And then come up with a 6-word phrase that describes the emotion. And the phrase is, I feel numb to the world. Now, I feel sad with everything going on, don't get me wrong, and I feel awful for everyone who's going through things that are much more difficult than what I'm going through. But part of me I do feel happiness still. I've learned to cope with what's going on, and in my everyday life, I still find joy and happiness. But part of me feels guilty for that, because I think, shouldn't I be depressed with the rest of the world? Shouldn't I be better empathizing with others? Why am I feeling this happiness? Why am I feeling this joy? Why am I finding little things to be grateful for? And part of me feels guilty for feeling that, and it makes me feel almost indifferent to the world, because I feel like I'm not going through what they're going through.
Strategy. I did get multiple opportunities to try out the figure 8 breathing, and I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a really cool visual. I'm a huge meditator already. I really love the 6-4-8 breathing technique, the breathe in for 6 and then hold for 4 and then let it out for 8 seconds. I love that one, but the figure 8 breathing was like more visual, so that was really awesome to try, and I found that really beneficial. I don't know if I'm just an advocate for meditating, but I thought it was awesome, so I'm excited to see if there's more strategies.
So for me personally, I found this breathing exercise a lot more helpful, not necessarily in moments of solitude or quiet mindfulness, but after a workout. At the beginning, it was a little difficult for me to kind of get the rhythm down between actually tracing the figure and kind of breathing, so I just modified it to fit me personally, which worked out great in the end. So overall, this breathing exercise is one that I will use after workouts and not in quiet meditation.
So every single day I practiced something where I had to take a time and set it apart out of my day where I was specifically focusing on practicing gratitude. So I found throughout the day that I was practicing saying, you know what, I'm really thankful. Although I have to do these dishes, I'm grateful that I have dishes and food to put on these plates. So little things like that, because like Houston says, you can't have a mean thought and a grateful thought, or an unhappy thought and a happy thought at the same time. So taking that time out of your day to be grateful.
Guys, so a couple of days ago I did the Grateful Challenge where we write down 7 things that we are grateful for in our lives. I actually like this challenge. I think it works. It could work for a lot of people. You know, a lot of us, including myself, we fall into the trap where we just complain about the things that we don't have, rather than being grateful for the things that we do have. You know, in times like these, in the situation that all of us are right now across the world, I think remaining positive is the best thing that we can do, you know, because if we're just negative the whole time, the tension inside our homes can get ugly, you know. So remaining positive, it sets a good vibe for everyone, and you can remain calm during these tough times.
As you can tell, it's not always critical that we necessarily do all the dares or practice all the strategies. Sometimes just thinking about it is enough to make progress. The more tools we have in our toolbox, the more likely we know how to address the problem when they come up. Last time we hung out, we were talking about feeling the feelings and allowing ourselves to acknowledge that whatever we're feeling is real. Sometimes being able to know what they are helps us tame those feelings. Stress is a weird thing, and when we experience anxiety or overwhelm or stress in our bodies and in our brains, it can make us choose to do things that don't always align with who we want to be. When it comes to stress, you and we tend to operate in one of 2 ways. We either avoid or we get active. Avoidance is going the other direction. It's trying to run away from our problems, and the data and science and probably even your own lived experience would tell you that usually doesn't work. The active choice to cope, to walk into the problem, to take it head on, is almost always the better choice. I heard a story a few years ago from this guy, and I don't know if it is zoologically or biologically true, but you'll get the point anyways. He said that if a storm is coming in from the west and traveling to the east, cows and buffalo have 2 different reactions. The cows will start to walk west to east, trying to run away from the storm. But they're not very fast, so they end up walking with the storm and getting way more wet. The buffalo, on the other hand, they turn and walk directly into the storm. They walk through to the other side a whole lot faster. You and I kind of operate the same way. Most of us tend to want to run away, and we end up actually staying in pain longer. Be like a buffalo. Turn towards the storm, and let's see if we can cope head on. One way that we can turn and face the storm, one way that you and I can actively cope, is a technique that the researchers call shift and persist. Let's break it down into its two parts. The shift part just means our ability to take a different perspective, to look at a circumstance, even if it's challenging or stressful, and reframe it to find a positive, something good. And if we can't necessarily find something joyful and uplifting, maybe we just figure out what can we learn from this circumstance. The second part is persist, which means do I actually believe that I'm capable of making an impact? Do I believe that I have a role to play? Do I have a purpose in all this? Being able to find hope in a situation allows us to better persist through them. So, our goal at Character Strong is not just to talk about these ideas as theories, but to give you real ways to practice them in your life. Last week, we gave you and the Character Strong crew a dare, a strategy, and a gratitude practice. We're going to do it again for shift and persist. The dare sounds something like this. We call it Hope Picasso. The way it works is we want you to create a piece of art. Maybe it's a song, a poem, a drawing, whatever feels artistic to you, with something that depicts hope. Something that brings you hope, someone that brings you hope, an idea that is hopeful to you. And when at some point this week you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed or stressed, I want you to either use that moment to create the art or have the art already created so you can use it as an opportunity to shift your focus to something positive. And then share it with a family member or a friend or tag us on social media. Again, the dare is more of like the proactive thing. The strategy is more of that reactive thing, like when you're feeling blank. So throughout the week, anytime you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed, try this technique that has been proven to help. Ask yourself, how upset will I be about this next year? How upset will I be about this when it's all over? A little subtext here is it's practicing your crystal ball skills. And in research, this is true, they call it temporal distancing. That's just a fancy phrase for our ability to put things in perspective and recognize when something is temporary. I don't know if you've ever had that feeling of like, this feels like it's going to be forever, and then next week it's like, it's a totally different feeling. Or like, I got a haircut, and then a year later I look back at a picture of it, and I'm like, what was I thinking? Right? So sometimes we're good at this, sometimes we're not. The cool thing is that it is actually a skill. Like I can practice and exercise my ability to recognize when things are temporary by like literally declaring like, okay, how will I feel the same way about X in a year, in 2 years, in 5 years? And to clarify, the research actually says that the farther out you go, the more helpful this is. So just to say like next week is less beneficial than to say, what will I feel like about this next year? The gratitude practice for this session is all about finding the joy makers. Close your eyes and in your own private brain space, think about 2 people who have brought you joy. If you're like me, just picturing them makes me smile. The challenge is this. Send both of those people a text, a call, or a voice note, letting them know why they've been so important to you. Challenge yourself to see if you can have maximum impact in minimum time. Like even 10 minutes or less, how much joy could you bring them in return? And as a quick reminder, the more specific we get with our gratitude, the more meaningful it is to the person receiving it. Let them know how they've brought positivity into your day or your year or your life. Let them know about the role they've played in making you become you. Tell them why they bring so much joy to this world. That's all for this session. Next time we check in, you'll be able to see how the Character Strong crew is going after the dare, strategy, and gratitude practice. And we know and hope that you're doing them right alongside them. We all have stress in our life, and we can either avoid or get active about coping. Coping is hard work, but it's better than being a cow and walking along with the storm. We have to be a buffalo, turn and face it, to shift towards hope and persist with purpose. See you next time.
I got
So
you.
ready. I think we did it.